Сайн байцгаана уу? Наваа гэрлээ гэдэг. Тэгэхээр өнөөдөр бид бүхэн та бүхэндээ зориулаад IELTS дээр speaking task дээр ялангуяа 8 онооны шалгалтыг хэрхэн өгөх вэ гэдгийг харуулахаар цуврал хичээлийг хүрэхээр бэлдээд байна. Тэгэхээр бид бүхэн яг одоо Enfinity English сургалтын төв дээр зогсож байна. Тэгэхээр Адам өөрийгөө танилцуулаач.
Hello, my name is Adam, and today we will be demonstrating what a Band 8 IELTS speaking test will look and sound like.
Hello, welcome to the IELTS speaking test, and I'm your IELTS examiner. And may I see your identification card, please?
Of course.
Okay. Okay, it's okay, thank you. And could you tell me your full name, please?
Yes, Adam Toefl.
Okay. What should I call you?
You could just call me Adam.
In this first part, I will ask you about yourself. Okay, and about your so let's talk about your family. And do you have a large family or a small family?
Actually, I would say I don't have a small family or a big family. I would call it more of a medium-sized family. That is because my family consists of me, my two younger siblings, and my mother and my father. So there's 5 of us in total. I would consider it a medium-sized family.
Okay, can you tell me something about them?
Something interesting about my family is that my parents spent a majority of their lives in America, and my brother and I were born in America too. So I would say that we have a very, I guess you could say, an American lifestyle.
Okay, how much time do you manage to spend with members of your family?
To be honest, I don't get to spend as much time with my family as I would like to. That is because of my parents' jobs, my school, my brother's school. So there's a lot of things getting in the way between us spending time together. The only times we actually get to spend a good amount of time with each other is usually on the weekends, because that's when everybody has their day off.
Okay. What sorts of things do you like to do together?
As a family, we like to go out a lot. It doesn't matter if it's going to the movie or maybe going on a picnic, going to a restaurant. Anything's very it's very nice to us, I guess you could say. We don't get to go out too often, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Although I wish we could go out more often, like I said before. But we only get to go out maybe 2 or 3 times a year. So.
Okay. Do you get on well with your family?
I would say I get along with my family pretty well. Although I know that other families, the bond between parents and children, they don't tend to be too good, but I'm lucky to have a loving family. I love a lot. Our bond is very strong, so yeah.
Okay, let's move on to part 2. And I will give you, in this part, I will give you some questions, and this is your question, and you have 1 minute to prepare and 2 minutes to talk. And this is your paper and pencil. If you want to make note something, then you can. And your time starts now, please. Start speaking now, please.
Okay, so a teacher has influenced my education. I have a personal experience with this. This is my English teacher, my old English teacher. His name is Mr. Paul, and he was from the United Kingdom. So I met my teacher first when I was in 5th grade. He was my English main course teacher at the time, like I've stated before. So my first impression of him wasn't too good. I really disliked him at first for the first couple months that I was a student. I really disliked him. He was really mean to me. I didn't like him. He didn't really like me back. But that changed after a while. It changed because I was having a lot of, I guess you would say, personal issues with my life, and also with my family. He helped me not only as a teacher, but as a friend too. So if I needed anything to talk about, I could go over to him. I could talk to him about anything I want. He'll try to help me, not only, like I said before, not only with my academic studies, but with my personal life. And I was, my grades weren't doing too well at that time in school. I wasn't trying at all, but I talked to him about my grades, and he definitely helped me, you could say, he helped me straighten out my grades a lot. So he will always have a place in my heart, and yeah.
Okay. And so let's move on to part 3. And in this part, I will ask you about some more discussion topics. And your first question would be, how has education changed in your country in the last 10 years?
I think education has drastically changed in the last 10 years. That is because of, I would say, because of because a lot of international schools have been coming in from places around all over the globe. There are international schools from America, from England, from Australia, stuff like that. I think that it's changed a lot because they brought in a new way of teaching. They implemented a completely new system, one that Mongolians aren't really familiar with, you could say, because everything is taught in English. So.
What changes do you foresee in the next 15 years?
In the next 15 years, I see a lot of changes, especially in academic teaching in schools. I think this is because this is due to the advancements of technology and the growth of it. I believe that in a couple years' time, we'll be very, very reliant on computers to do a lot of the tasks that maybe some teachers do, or if we need to get some more information, we could always go to a computer. So.
What role do you think extracurricular activities play in education?
I think that extracurricular activities are very important, especially to pupils, because of it doesn't matter if it's a sport, doesn't matter if it's maybe a club such as like chess, but definitely helps out your mindset with school, and it keeps your body up to shape physically. So when you go back to school, maybe you won't feel as tired as you do normally because of how healthy your body is.
Okay. What method of learning works best for you?
For me, I would say that the best method of learning is, without a doubt, just the traditional school system. So maybe just going to school, there's a teacher there, you have some textbooks, a notebook, you could write everything down on your own. That's the only method of learning that I'm actually used to, but it works very well. So yeah.
Okay. How beneficial do you think it is to group students according to their level of ability?
I think grouping students together is very, very important, especially if they have maybe, I guess you could say, the same level of academic skill. They could work with each other. They could be more reliant on other people, besides being more independent on them, which is sometimes a bad thing. I think it's a good learning experience for everybody.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time. This is the end of the speaking task, and